Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of the workshop series. As you can see, the countertops are now here and there are two more in here as well. I've started assembling the benches, as you can see, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how these are looking so far. Unfortunately, I did get the measurement wrong here. You can see that this is just a little bit too wide, so I'll have to cut that. I was hoping to not have to buy a saw initially and buy that, down the line, but for me to install this middle bench correctly, I have to cut that, so that's not great. But otherwise, yeah, as I said, I'm pretty happy with how these are looking, and I also like the color contrast between the board that I will use in the background versus the bench. I think this will look pretty nice, so I'm pretty happy with this. As I said, I have two more benches here. One of them will go here once I clean up this mess. The other one will wait until I buy the sit stand desk frame, and then it will go in the middle. So yeah, that's the idea. I was working on finishing the bench that will go in front of this wall, and well, I had some problems with the last leg. And as you can see, it's here, the Adil's leg with that mounting plate, and yeah, the leg doesn't screw onto this plate, and well, it is just another great example of IKEA's perfect quality control. You can see that they forgot to tap this plate. Instead of dealing with a return and then buying a new leg from IKEA, I decided to try to tap the leg plate, and for that I bought an M8 tap. In case you are wondering, the thread is M8 on all Adil's legs. I'm pretty sure with other similar IKEA legs as well. But yeah, as you can see, I broke the tap in the process, but somehow I still managed to remove the broken piece from the plate, and the tap was okay. So as you can see, the bench on this side of the room is now assembled. I've also mounted the back panel on here as well using L brackets, shelving style L brackets, so not tiny ones. And also mounted the track light rail here as well with the four track lights with the 4 Part 38 Cree light bulbs in them. Unfortunately, the end for this that I need for wiring is not in stock, even though it was when I ordered it. Yeah, the Home Depot has just been awful. So yeah, I'm waiting for that, but yeah, in theory this should work. And I should also mention that these can be turned downwards like this, so that I can use it for bench lighting. This is, yeah, for if I'm filming on this side, this could be useful. It could also be useful on the other side when I'm working on stuff, so that it can act as bench lighting basically. So yeah, I think these will work pretty well. On this side, not much has changed, unfortunately. As you can see, the table is still not cut yet. 2 weeks passed since the last update in this video, roughly. And as you can see, quite a bit has changed since the last update in this video. The bench is still here, but you can see that I moved both of the shelf units right next to the bench. That gives me more storage. It's a bit more efficient use of the space, even though it also is more cramped, which is not ideal. And yeah, it also means that I can't open the door fully, but 90 degrees should be more than enough, so that's fine. So yeah, moved both of the shelf units here in their places. Here, where the small shelf used to be, I'm going to get a different shelf unit, something that something that is taller, so that I can have more storage. The wider one here won't have a direct replacement, but the footprint will be shared with a drawer unit and the Voron 2 Doom Cube itself. So the Doom Cube will sit, the idea right now is it will sit on the floor. I'm not too happy about that, but at the same time, I don't think I can find a bench that is small enough, and it's also not really worth making, especially because it will have the printer on it, which means it needs to be really stable. So yeah, I think it's just okay putting it on the floor, but the other two printers will sit on the drawer units that will go here. So earlier in the video I showed you that one of the benches was about half an inch too wide, and yeah, it was causing problems. Well, I actually bought a circular saw to cut that, so here, so I was going to do that, but then I realized in the old place I had a lot of drawers, and that really was useful. So I realized I didn't have much drawer area. Even with a bunch of LX units added underneath these benches, it will still be, it's not going to be enough. So I decided to just get a drawer unit here, and yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that extra countertop. The idea is still to have the one countertop in the center with the height adjustability, but maybe I could add both of the countertops together. This one is 4 feet, the other one is 5 feet. Still getting used to the Freedom units, by the way. But yeah, I have to use those for these because they're measured in those. So anyway, yeah, maybe I could add those together and have a metal underframe and just have a regular bench in the middle. That could also work, but yeah, with the relocation of these shelves to here, this room is starting to get more cramped. So I don't know, this might just go in the storage room and wait until I have a use for it, aka I will never have a use for it. But yeah, I don't know, I guess that's the plan for now. So I'm going to find a shelf unit for here and a drawer unit for here, which will probably be from IKEA. I don't know about the shelf on this side. I did the wiring for the lights on both sides of the room, and as you can see, they're all working, and the app control is also working fine. This side, I've adjusted them to different color temperatures of white, and I don't know if you can tell that by the camera or not, but they're set to different color temperatures, and they're also set to maximum brightness, and they are pretty bright. Like, you can't look into them directly that bright, which is ideal. So I'm pretty happy with that. This side, I set it to the RGB mode. As I said in the last episode, RGB wasn't really important. It's just that these didn't come in non-RGB variety. But yeah, they're also not that bright as I expected, which is fine because I plan to use these in the white mode. But yeah, I set them to different colors so that I can, you know, see how they work. And yeah, the RGB works. It's not bright. It's not going to be useful for filming, but if I want to make the room the usual gamers crap, the rainbow vomit color scheme, I could do that, I guess, when I'm working on stuff, but yeah, that's not going to happen. But yeah, these work pretty well. The app is pretty terrible. Maybe I'll do a review of these, so I'll save that for the review if I decide to do that. Doing the wiring on these wasn't so easy in this case because I still don't have my tools, so I just had, only thing I had was the knife on this Victorinox, so yeah, it wasn't fun, which is why it took me like 2 hours to do one side and 2 more hours on the other side. So yeah, and they're not ideal, like there are no aerials or anything in there, but yeah, it works, and I did what I can to make sure it's safe. So yeah, I think it'll be fine. In the next episode, we will get the drawer unit here. I think I should also receive my 3D printers and tools and, you know, things like that I want in the workshop. The stuff is already in the US. I'm just waiting for the customs clearance. So if nothing unexpected comes up, which is I guess possible, but if nothing happens, I should have them by the next episode. So pretty soon I should be able to start working on 3D printers. And as I said, the plan is to also start a new 3D printer. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like down below, and thanks for watching.